we're out tonight. We're out seeking and saving the lost. I like what one of my students said last night. She said, I was calling it drive-by family evangelism. She said cruising for souls. I like that. That was pretty cool. Cruising for souls. So we just passed by the store. There's nobody there, but I did see somebody going in the store. And since the nature of the store, it's a smoke shop, so people just kind of grab one thing and come out whatever they need. So it's a great fishing spot to just kind of pull up on them and give them the challenge, you know. So we're gonna see what happens right now. Oh, there he goes, right there. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Hey, I got a challenge for you today. I'll give you $1 if you can tell me how many people you see on the front of this bill right here. I got $1 there, I promise you. You tell me how many people.
Let's see.
How many people? So names and faces.
Okay, I see. Names and faces?
Yes. How many people? And so just to let you know, and I'm gonna give you a hint, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
The two faces is the same person.
Okay,
So that's one person.
that's one person. And you're saying name included?
Yep, names included.
Okay, exclude, and that could exclude face, right?
Yeah. Oh no, it's the face is included, but that's only one person.
Right. All right, is 4 the right answer?
4 is the right answer. Good job, man. So it's you might not. Here you go.
Thank
So,
you.
what's your name?
Say that.
What's your name?
Pang.
Pang. I'm Kevin.
Kevin.
My son Kevin.
Yeah.
So it's the face, right? The person,
Right.
2 names,
Franklin, 2 names, and God.
and God. Let me ask you a question, Franklin. I mean, what's your name again?
Pang.
Pang.
Yes.
You believe in life after death?
I have some sort of understanding. Yes.
Okay. So heaven and hell.
Not exactly, but something along those lines.
Okay. So you ever heard of Hitler?
That's right.
Not killed 9 million people. Yeah. So if there's a God and there's any justice, there's got to be a hell for someone like Hitler, correct? That would make sense. That would make sense, right? So the question was, who would go to heaven and who would go to hell, right? So let me ask you a question, Pang.
Yes.
You believe you're a good person?
I hope so.
You hope so. Okay, let's find out. How many lies do you think you told in your life?
How many lies?
Yeah,
Oh, a handful.
yeah, plenty, right? For me, it's countless.
Okay.
Right. So what does that make us?
That makes us
Starts with an L.
L.
Liars.
Liars.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah. You ever stolen anything?
Once or twice.
Yeah. So what does that make us? Me too.
That makes us stealers.
That's in Pittsburgh. Thieves.
Thieves.
We're thieves.
Right.
So we're lying thieves, okay? Right? You ever use God's name in vain?
No, I don't.
OMG,
Not
God, damn it, hit your thumb.
OMG. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. No, not oh my gosh so much. I mean, but if you use like JC, right? Yeah, you have?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's called blasphemy, right? And that's very serious in God's eyes, right? That's like taking the one who gave us our life and our breath and using his name as a cuss word. And so actually when he gave the 10 Commandments, which is his standard, which is God's standard of what good is, right? He said, they will not go unpunished who takes my name in vain, right? So what he's saying there is that when we stand before our Creator on Judgment Day, right? He said, I'm going to remember every time you use my name as a cuss word. Right. So I'll ask you another one. You ever look with lust before?
Always.
Yeah, always, right? Yeah, that's honest. I like that though. You start to get honest, right? Yeah. So Jesus said that if we even look with lust, we've committed adultery.
Right.
He said that if we've hated somebody, that we actually committed murder, right? In God's standard, right? He said we'll be held accountable for every idle word we speak. So what Jesus was saying when he came, he was saying that we're not only to be judged by what we do, but by the thoughts and intentions of our hearts, because that's where what we do comes from. That makes sense? Yeah. And so let me ask a question, Pang. If that was God's standard, right, would you be innocent or guilty?
If that was God's standard, we're on the guilty side.
Guilty.
Sure.
Well, you're being honest, right? That's real, you know? That's the first step. And then so if you're guilty, right, and God's a good, just judge, and I'll tell you about something about myself. When I was in my 20s, I was in and out of prison, right? And every time I go before the judge, I was hoping that he was going to work with the DA and the public defender to get me a deal. I didn't want justice.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I wanted a deal.
Right.
Well, it's not like that with God, right? We said we die once and then the judgment. So it'll be just him and us and our deeds and everything that we've done and our thoughts and intentions. So if he's upholds his law and he's a just judge, heaven or hell? Heaven or hell?
To the person being charged.
To the person being judged. Yeah, well, you. If
That me in that case,
if you're guilty,
I guess in that standard, yes, it's guilty. If it's black or white.
right, hell, right. And so, does that concern you at all if it was true?
If it's the standards in which I personally hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
Yes, it would concern me more. I'm not saying it doesn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it seriously concerns me.
Right.
You know, I love you and I care about you, Pang. Yeah. And that's why here I stop. That's why I do the little thing. I'll give you $1. I actually got another gift for you just for your time, right? And so I love you and I care about you. And I just wanted to tell you, though, that's the bad news. The Bible says for the wages of sin is death. And so God is just. He has to send us to hell if he's just, right? But he said he loved us. He said, for God so loved the world that he did something for us. So guilty sinners wouldn't have to go to hell. Did you know what he did? Yeah. So 2,000 years ago, God became a man, right? His name was Jesus Christ. He lived a perfect, sinless life. So he kept the law in thought, word, and deed. Every which way we broke it, he kept it. And then he died on the cross in our place. So the innocent for the guilty, the righteous for the unrighteous, the sinless for the sinful. He took our place on the cross. So that way God can still be just and loving because he provided a way, right? But still be just because Jesus Christ paid our fine. Yeah. So 2,000. So we stand before the judge. We say, Judge, I can't pay the fine. It's too high. He says, don't worry. My son paid the fine for you. And so it's like this, Pang. We can't jump from time to eternity to pay our own fine. When I used to be out of prison, I would do my time and earn my own forgiveness. But I can't do that with God. That's why he came from eternity to time to pay your fine.